ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golf Ball YouTube channel. My name is Jackson, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about LIV. Basically, a couple hours ago, Matthew Wolff committed to LIV Golf, who has their second event of their creation, I can't think of a better word, in Portland. Starts in a handful of days. I think it'll actually be a lot better. This is something we've talked about on this page, on the podcast a couple of times, that Portland event, the second event, it's going to be a lot smoother. They're going to make tweaks, they're going to make adjustments, and it'll probably be a lot more entertaining, even outside of all the bigger names like Brooks Koepka, Bryson, Patrick Reed that are going to be there. But today we're talking specifically about Matthew Wolff because I'm trying to cover as much golf as I can, and I've been slacking recently, and this was the golf news today. So Matthew Wolff is interesting to me. He had a very good start to his career. 23 years old, reached career high ranking of number 12, won the 2019 NCAA Division I Individual Championship at Oklahoma State, turned pro, won his third start at the 3M Open in 2019, actually was the runner-up behind Bryson at the 2020 US Open, then he had a top 4 finish at the PGA Championship in that same season. Well, since then, Matt Wolff's career has not been going in the right direction, and I gotta say this, I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased with Matthew Wolff joining LIV. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on LIV, go watch previous videos. Go listen to our podcast. I'm not a huge fan of LIV. I think it's honestly probably... I don't know if it's going to be good for golf in the long run. I really don't. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they keep this momentum going. We'll see if they keep signing big names. I just want the PGA Tour, as far as being the owner of golf balling, to fix their media issues. Like, I can't post a goddamn video or picture of anything tour related without my page getting shut down for a week. I don't think that's how you grow the game of golf. But at the same time, I am using PGA Tour content. It's their content. They own it. I just think it's super whack, and you don't have that issue with LIV. So as a, I guess, creator, LIV is pretty enticing to make videos on. As far as Matthew Wolff goes, though, I'm not a fan of it. I really am not a fan of it. If you guys have watched or listened to our podcast, last season I had a bold prediction. At the end of 2020, I had a bold prediction that Matt Wolff was about to fall off. And that's exactly what he did. Well, the thing is, Matthew Wolff's 23 years old. We're pretty much the same age. And at this point in Matt Wolff's career, it might make sense short term to grab the money and run. But it kind of like proves my point that Matt Wolff is not that guy. He used to be the guy, but something happened along Matt Wolff's career. I don't know what it was. I have some speculations as far as what it was. I'm not going to mention them in this video because his personal life's his personal life. If he wants to join LIV and not be all that competitive in golf, that's his decision, and you got to respect it, whether you like it or not. But as far as my personal opinion to Matthew Wolff joining LIV, I'm not a fan of it at all. I think it literally just proves my point of him not being that guy. The issue is he used to be that guy, and I know for a fact he can return to being that guy, but the whole thing with LIV is it's kind of a glorified exhibition. I have serious long-term concerns with, as a viewer, as an enjoyer of golf, watching LIV. The first event, there was no incentive to me as a watcher unless I was the owner of golf balling to even watch that golf event. Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, I like those guys. They're cool. I think Phil is one of the best golfers of all time. I think DJ, I like how relaxed he is, but they don't move the needle enough for me. Brooks Koepka, Bryson, Patrick Reed, now we got Matt Wolff, Ricky Fowler. I'm enticed. I'm interested in it. But am I going to be interested in it by the time the season's over? I honestly have a hard time believing I will be. It's literally just an exhibition. But from Matt Wolff's standpoint, you know, you're 74th in the world. That means, technically speaking, as far as world golf rankings, there's only 73 golfers better than you. You're 23 years old. You're not like an amateur who hasn't gotten many PGA Tour starts. You're not an amateur who nobody knows who you are, and you're struggling to make your tour card and keep your, either make or keep your tour card. Matt Wolff has his tour card and is not in jeopardy of losing it at number 74 in the world. Yes, things aren't going his way right now, but honestly, and I feel like this video is probably, people are probably going to be upset by this, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, Matthew Wolff is just, I'm almost disappointed. You know, like I said, I wanted to be proven wrong when I made my prediction that he was going to choke in his 2021 season and he was going to come back with a vengeance. He was my comeback player of the year this year, Matthew Wolff. And I'm not happy about being right, but honestly, I feel like I'm right, that he just isn't that guy. So that's really it. That's really all I have. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Once again, like, I hope LIV can figure it out. I hope, ideally for me, I hope LIV and the PGA Tour can figure something out. Because I think the more golf gets exposed, the better. But at the same time, like, LIV Golf doesn't have an infrastructure to their business model. In 5 years from now, the owners, the Saudi Golf Investment Fund, can literally think to themselves, you know what? I've had my fun with this. This doesn't really interest me. Let's stop. And from that point on, if Monahan and the PGA Tour are banning all these players, and they're so far out of world golf rankings that they can't even play in the majors, or maybe even, I think the Masters, honestly, is going to ban I don't think the Masters is going to let LIV players. We just saw the Scottish Open ban LIV players this week. I don't think it's looking good. I don't think it's looking good for the longevity of LIV. I think these guys, a lot of these guys like Phil, DJ, Ricky, they're at a point in their career where money is a big deal, like generational wealth. I know guys like Phil have made a lot, DJ's made a lot, but we're talking like several generations not caring about anything as far as like living, breathing, living in a house, having fresh water, having fresh food, like that type of gist. It makes sense from that standpoint. And once again, from an amateur standpoint, who nobody knows who you are and you're struggling to get in tournaments and maybe on the Corn Ferry, that makes sense. But for a guy who's top 100, he's 23 years old, he's had 2 top 5 finishes in majors, he won his 3rd PGA Tour event, I guess he's not that guy. I guess all these guys cannot practice and still make 120 grand. I mean, I saw a funny tweet that said Matthew Wolff's still going to find a way to miss LIV Golf cuts because LIV doesn't have cuts, but I'm honestly just disappointed, and I feel like this rambling has gone on long enough, and I'm going to cut it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. I know this is probably going to rub people the wrong way, but it's how I feel. And hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.